We've alluded to it a good couple times, but Chelsea blunder linesman axed from Monday 9th of April 2012 today. The linesman who awarded Chelsea 2 offside goals against Wigan has been stood down from his next Premier League appointment. Brian neglected to flag offside for Chelsea's opening goal, despite Branislav Ivanovic standing well offside, and the assistant referee compounded his mistake when he failed to spot Juan Mata marginally offside for the Blues stoppage time winner. But elsewhere in the Premier League, QPR boss Mark Hughes has confirmed the club will appeal against Sean Derry's red card during Sunday's 2-0 defeat to Manchester United. Derry was sent off for denying Ashley Young a clear goal-scoring opportunity, but TV replay showed the decision was debatable and the United winger had been offside anyway. I've said on many occasions before, at the end of the day, referees, linesmen, if you can't get the simple stuff right, then you don't deserve to even call yourself a professional. How in the hell the linesman at Stamford Bridge can be looking right down the line and seeing Drogba and Ivanovic offside, not just one, 2 of them? It's like Drogba was a yard offside himself, and Ivanovic was about 2.5, 3 yards offside. How in the hell can you be getting paid thousands of pounds a week or whatever linesmen get paid a week and not see that? You're supposed to be there to help the referees out. To me, it's a case of you might as well have a deck chair and be smoking a spliff, because for all the use you are, you might as well be doing that. It is stupid. And Johnny Sykes saying like the blind leading the blind. Yeah, it's a case of the blind leading the dumb, leading the moronic, leading the retarded, because some refs are even worse. I mean, as the Gman mentioned about Balotelli's first challenge on Alexander Song, how that got missed by the ref and the linesman if Song's leg was planted, his leg would have snapped like a twig. And the Premier League and the Premier League, I don't think are batting an eyelid about it. It's all this thing about we can't, if the ref saw it, we can't overrule him because we don't want to take anything away from his authority. Mate, the ref's already lost his authority for letting that sort of disgraceful challenge go, for a linesman not seeing Ivanovic 2 yards offside when he's looking right down the line at it. And also, oh my God, in the Man United game it was even worse, because Sean Derry, for Christ's sake, Sean Derry gets sent off, but again, the linesman's looking right at it. He's looking right at it. Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles could have made that decision. This dude is looking straight down the line at Ashley Young, who is clearly offside, and he still doesn't give it. It's like, oh my God. This is why I've said for years that the respect campaign's a load of BS.
At the end of the day, with the Ashley Young thing, it's 50-50 in that sort of way. I personally believe he's dived. I will castigate him and say he dived, but is the referee wrong? I just don't know.
No, do you know what? I don't think the referee's wrong at the end of the day, because I'm blaming the linesman, because the linesman should be flagging for offside. And as said, he's looking directly at it. That is the most frustrating thing. I mean, it's one of them ones. United get favoured in terms of decisions at Old Trafford anyway. Look at Danny Murphy's Stonewall penalty not given, even though the ref's 5 yards away looking directly at it as well. And again, no help from the linesman. It's like, what use of the linesman if they're not going to help, and they're looking directly at it? That's what frustrates me.
I do think that the officials need to be bucked up. Their trends need to be bucked severely, because at the end of the day, especially the linesmen, yeah, you're there to watch play, right? So I'm just like this: if you can't do that, go and find another profession. If you need help, go Specsavers. Yeah, do something. On top of that, I have to say, look, the ruling bodies in football, they're also letting the game down, because they can't say that this is a one-off occurrence now.
Yeah.
Because it's not. It's happening far too frequently. So I'll say this. For years we've been talking about video tech, right? If you ever need more of a reason, not an excuse, more of a reason to bring in video tech, look at this past weekend. Just look at that in the Premier League as this whole instance and say, yes, actually it is required. Look at the past week. It's needed.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to say about it other than, we need to find a way to implement it and get it in the game, because right now too many things are being given wrongly. And as I stated about the whole Ashley Young penalty, it shouldn't have been a penalty in the first place because Ashley Young's offside.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And clearly,
the referee probably was in a bad position, right? But when you watch the replay, the linesman is in line with Ashley Young. So how we don't go and give it, I have no idea.
Yeah. What needs to be done in terms of linesmen and officiating, I don't think video technology should be used for linesmen. I think it's a case of these linesmen need to be better trained, because that is elementary mistakes.
Well, yeah, just to give more credit to the FA for their immediate reaction to what happened at the Chelsea match, though. The removal of Dave Bryan. If this happens more and more over the course of matches, that's only a good thing. Disciplining officials.
Yeah, but it should be done more often. You ain't hearing anything about the linesman at Old Trafford on Saturday getting busted down to whatever league or not doing anything else. You don't hear about that.
Yeah, but it's all
castigate one, castigate all.
It's all about the reaction, though.
Premier League refereeing is at an all-time low right now. You can talk about other clubs enjoying bad decisions and blind eyes, but there's no team that enjoys so many mistakes involving goals, red cards and penalties than Manchester United. Even Alex Ferguson has begun admitting when his team doesn't deserve to score a certain goal. He has a half cheeky smile.
Yeah.
I mean, the players, though, it's shameless the way that they're just diving around and trying to draw the foul.
Yeah.
And the linesmen, they're just afraid of raising their flags.
Yeah. I mean, I've said in terms of diving, you castigate one, you castigate all. Yeah, I love Liverpool to death, but Suarez's diving is not acceptable to me. No matter who it is, it's not acceptable. It's a case of, I said, castigate one, castigate all. And if you start punishing people and reprimanding them harshly, then they ain't gonna keep doing it. At the end of the day, mate, refs need to show balls and start booking players for diving.
I basically think that referees and linesmen are an absolute disgrace. I completely agree with what Johnny Sykes was saying. I think that referees and linesmen should be reprehended and they should be fined, not the managers. I mean, Martinez has given his opinion and he's not allowed to go as far as he wants because he's worried about what the FA are going to be saying, which I think is an absolute disgrace. I think that managers should be allowed to say what's on their mind and not have to worry about, I wonder what the FA are going to say about me. I wonder what the FA are going to think when I say this word. At the end of the day, mate, you can say what you want, and referees and linesmen should understand the mistakes and when they should listen back to what managers say and not have to worry about what they're going to say. I mean, at the end of the day, honesty is a good thing. And they need managers to be honest with referees and linesmen, because at the end of the day, mate, if they don't know what's going wrong with them, then they're going to keep doing it. You need to keep telling them. And I think that's what you were saying, Liam. I think that linesmen and referees should be banned, and I think they should be fined money as well, because why should they get away with it? It's a disgrace.
Being a coach, being a manager, being a player, being somebody that's done the line and been and watched the game from a stand or watched it from Highbury, watched it from the Emirates, watched it from Fulham. The only way that you can see it is if you're in that position right now. When you've got about 60,000, if it's like the Emirates, you've got about 60,000 people looking down on your decision. If you get it wrong, everybody's going to be saying, "How the hell did you get it wrong?" If you get it right, the other team's going to be thinking, "How the hell did you get it wrong?" Either way, I would say yes. It sounds like I'm favouring the referees, but to be honest with you, not really. I'm not. All I'm trying to say is we still make mistakes. Everybody, we make as a coach, we make a mistake. As a player, we make a mistake. As a referee, they make too many mistakes. The only thing is they were consistent over the weekend. They were consistently bad over the weekend, and yes, it cost them. But when you look at it again from where they're standing, you can't see anything else. If the linesman gets it wrong, yeah, obviously his standpoint, yeah, he gets it wrong, but he's made a mistake. That's why you got to move on. It's just a mistake. If it keeps happening, yes, it's something that you need to address. If we had those problems eradicated, what would we be talking about? Really?
No, that's a good point. But at the same time, it's actually really, really embarrassing on a personal note, it's embarrassing. I find it embarrassing for the game that these elementary mistakes are getting made, and they're getting made way too regularly. And also Chris Rodriguez has just said. Has said in a Skype chat window with us, why can't refs be interviewed after games? At the end of the day, the refs need to come out and start explaining their decisions, because they don't. It's one of them ones. They never come out and say, do you know what? I hold my hands up. I made a mistake. They never come out and say it. People would have a lot more sympathy for referees if referees were to come out and admit they've made mistakes, but they never do. And usually, whenever you see him on something like Sunday Supplement or Sky Sports News, they're going on like Bertie Big Balls. Like who's that ex-ref? I think it was Mike Riley. He used to go on like an idiot. He used to go on He used to go on like Bertie Big Balls, and it's like, no, mate, you've made mistakes. Please admit to those mistakes. We'd have a lot more sympathy for you if you did.
The fact of the matter is this. Right, and I'm going to drop it real simple for everybody, and everybody's going to understand when I say this. It's not about the decisions that aren't given, because that's what we're really complaining about here.
The fact that the lino made a mistake here, we saw it, but the referee didn't see it. So the referee is only making a decision on what he's made. Sometimes the offside trap's with you, sometimes it's against you. But the actual biggest decision was the penalty.
I think the biggest... I don't know, man. I mean, I disagree with you. I think the biggest decision was the fact that the linesman is looking right down the line, and that's what he's paid to do. Give offsides and offer the ref assistance. He's a referee's assistant. And to me, he hasn't assisted the referee. So he hasn't done his job. And if you ain't doing your job, you don't deserve to have that job.